Pocket cameras. Are they good or are they overhyped? So I took the risk and was able to get my hands on a DJI Pocket 4P, even though DJI is not available for sale here in the United States. So basically this is just my first impressions video when it comes to this Pocket 4 Pro that I got, and very much off the cuff. So this is not really scripted or anything. I got my notes written down over here. Been feeling under the weather, been sick, so haven't had really time to put anything solid together, but I figured I'm gonna try to just churn out a video and just kind of share my first impressions with this camera. I spent a couple hours yesterday playing around with the camera, so let's go ahead and get into it. How I got the camera. So I got this camera on eBay, basically, because we all know that you can't get in the United States. And I just want to say, like, I was very skeptic about these gimbal cameras because they looked very flimsy. I just didn't trust this whole setup of having like a camera on the gimbal. I just wasn't a fan of just kind of this whole setup. I wanted to be more open-minded, and I was like, okay, what's all the hype about these cameras? Are they good or are they overhyped? That's why I decided to let me just jump in and try out one of these cameras. So yeah, basically I got it on eBay. I think it took about like 2.5 weeks to get to me. It said it was gonna take like probably over like 14 days, but it showed up a little bit earlier than I was anticipating, or like the delivery date that was showing on eBay. Definitely, you know, it was a little nerve-wracking. My anxiety was a little bit up, but as far as like the shop I used to buy the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro from, obviously on eBay you're taking a little bit of a calculated risk. So I did a little bit of research and I tried to make sure that I was buying from a store that had, you know, good reviews and good feedback, basically from consumers. All right, so, all right, sounds good. All right. That was Mom's, by the way, and if you watched my previous video, she's feeling better and doing better. So we're just gonna keep this in the video. We're rolling. This is like uncut right here. This is just like raw uncut. All right, so we're gonna roll right into the fun stuff. Basically, as far as like some of the footage I was able to capture with the camera, off the rip, the shallow depth of field, when you kind of zoom in 3x, looks almost comparable to a mirrorless camera. So I was really super impressed with that kind of like quality I was getting out of this camera. There were some flowers that I wanted to see as far as like the quality of the footage, and then calibrating, you know, D-log. It was a pleasant experience because I was able to use my golden LUT, you know, with a few tweaks, of course, adjusting, you know, like contrast and kind of maybe the saturation a little bit. I was able to get it to where I was like, wow, easy to calibrate with the D-log. And I haven't tested out D-log 2 yet. I'll be testing that out later. Yeah, pardon me, I'm still coming off the little bug that I caught. Let's see, 12x. Now, when you zoom into 12x, yeah, as expected, because it's digital, we're zooming all the way in. You get some good reach with it, but the footage definitely looks mushy. And I'm gonna try it out because it was like golden hour towards the end of the day. So I'm looking forward to trying out like the zoom and 12x, 3x kind of zoom capabilities on a nice, bright, sunny day once I'm able to get my hands on some ND filters. All right, I got the Pocket 4 Pro tracking me right now. I'm gonna try to get up here. We'll see. I'm still feeling under the weather, so I'm gassed, I'm breathing heavy, but we'll see what happens. All right. Oh my God. That worked out better than I thought it would. The tracking situation was pretty much on point. You know, I'm slowly getting the hype when it comes to these gimbal cameras and the tracking. And if you're somebody who's like a solo shooter, I can see how that's more beneficial. Of course, I'm more of like an intentional shooter. So maybe there's ways I can implement tracking into my shooting workflow. Dynamic range is pretty impressive so far. I let the camera do its own thing, so I'm yet to really kind of like push it, like as far as ISO and everything. I've yet really dug into the camera and really push it from a cinematic kind of intentional shooter perspective. And if it's something that I could use for professional work, that's just something that I want to kind of like test out for myself and really see how it looks. But from what I've tested and what I've seen, the dynamic range looks good, especially with backlit shots. Like there's a shot in the living room in the apartment that's backlit. And for me, just looking at the footage was looking solid and legit. And I adjusted my frame rate because when I was at the park, the camera was doing its own thing. When I got inside the house, I adjusted the frame rate 24 frames at 1/50th. When I was at the park, because I didn't have any ND filters, the camera was, of course, you know, had the shutter speed higher. So that was pretty impressive. Why did I choose this camera as my first gimbal camera? Well, first and foremost, no shade to the other companies, but DJI was the first company to come out with this tech. As far as I know, I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. DJI was like the first people to kind of like come up with this idea. So they have skin in the game in the same way Ford Motors has just skin in the game when it comes to like automobiles. They've innovated it, and there's a reason why the Ford F-150 is the best-selling car, because they've just figured things out that a lot of like new car companies haven't. And it's the same with DJI, right? DJI were the first company to kind of come up with this concept. And don't get me wrong, Insta360 Lunar, they got good innovation there. You know, they got the removable screen. For me, that wasn't too much of an issue because, you know, the screen was gonna be small anyways. And with the Mimo app, it doesn't really bother me because, like I said, I'm an intentional shooter. So the Mimo app has worked for me with the Action 6. So I didn't really feel like it was too much of a compromise. I will say that they almost got me with the mic being on the little screen now, because there's some times when you just want to get up and go. But still, I do have these microphones, the mic minis. Another reason why I decided to go with the DJI is because I already have some accessories. So I just figured, you know what? I'll go ahead and go with the DJI. The other reason, now you could ask yourself, why did I go with, you know, the 4P, but not just the regular 4? I think for me, the biggest thing is the lenses, the ability to kind of zoom in, and just having this extra lens here. I saw the benefit of, like, if I'm out there, I feel like I'll have more reach with better quality, and I'll be able to get like B-roll. Like, so yeah, so that was like a big factor behind me going with this camera. Of course, the 17 stops of dynamic range, I wanted to try that out and see how that was gonna work. But that's kind of like the main reasoning why I went with this camera. Now, the idea of me going with these cameras as well and trying them out, being that I wasn't really a fan, or I was skeptic, is because I think the quality of these cameras have come quite a bit of a long way. And also, of course, just the ability to carry something like this on trips and traveling is definitely enticing. So that's kind of like the main reason why I kind of went with this camera right here. So I'm letting the camera just do everything for me right now. And I figure that's gonna be a good test just to see if you were doing any type of vlogging and you didn't want to really jump into the settings and you weren't trying to be intentional, just to see how the camera was gonna work. But so far it's been interesting. So definitely stay tuned, keep it locked. I'll try to put together a comprehensive, whatchamacallit, a more deep dive review of this camera maybe next week. So definitely stay tuned and keep it locked. But I think that's gonna be it for this video. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.